the gist that is going on in this studio. It's not for Monday. Nyma and Damila combination. This combination. Okay, let us go. So, thanks for staying with us. Now that it appears the unending battle for supremacy between the suspended governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, and his godfather, Minister Nyesom Wike, is now over, as many of you already know. Social media has been flooded with quite a bit of footage of their affection, their camaraderie towards each other. So on this segment, we know lots of people discussed it last week, but when your view has not spoken about it, the conversation hasn't been heard, trust me. So we'll be discussing some of the key takeaways from their prolonged battle. Now that Nyma is back, so this is her area of specialty. After their prolonged battle that they nearly brought the River State to a standstill. To start, what are your thoughts on their reconciliation? How they've been just hugging each other and shaking each other, and they're almost looking like a couple, What are your thoughts on this? And what are the lessons? Because it's not the first time that we're seeing issues between godfather and son. It happened in Lagos State with the president and BRF. We had so many other, Obaseki and I think was it Oshomole. We had so it's not the first time. So what lessons as Nigerians can we learn from all these godfather, godson relationship gone sour? You can call us on the numbers on the screen: 020-1635-2013, 090-241-63440. You can also send us messages on X and also on YouTube. We'll be happy to read your thoughts. Even very recently, although they told us there was no problem, the president and our governors, they kept telling us that there's a problem. Somehow, inside that Jesus was saying, there is problem.
It's brew, it's
after a while, they now came to hug, and so everything has gone. So it's like, okay, what lessons have we learned? Let's start with the Fubara story. Nyma, do you want the floor? We are still in the holiday mode.
I should have it.
Give me.
Yeah, we are pleased.
Well done. So, Governor Fubara, thank God that you have finally come to sense.
Yes. Nyma.
Yes.
He has fans.
Yes. So, me too, I'm a fans. When that matter was brewing, I kept saying to him that the people he's listening to are his problem. There was a particular day we were doing, I was saying, it's the people that are around the governor saying, after you now, after you is you. When you reach a pact with someone, it's you. Between both of you that you know it. And there's this Sonia Ade's advice, that a song on advice, that my father used to remind us that no matter how many people are talking to you, talk to yourself. You don't pause your thinking. They don't the day that I was saying it on the show that they were saying Ijo caucus, and they were mentioning Asari Dokubo as the people that were advised. I say, Asari will know. I was even saying to my husband that immediately you will see Asari's change if this thing blows out of proportion. And immediately he did it. About 2 days after I said it to him, husband, he did a video saying, who sent Fubara? And that was it. You are the person who became governor against all odds, and you knew what you had to do to become governor. Is it not to present budget? They say you should present it again. House of Assembly. You will know how the politics go. You play it how it is. Don't rely on what people will tell you that when he was saying that he will tell the youth when to strike. I kept wondering, who is advising this man? The people that are telling him, don't grieve for him, don't grieve for him. How many of those people that don't want to grieve for him will be there when you actually don't grieve? Because this is not about River State people. It's about the politicians, and he knows how.
No, Nyma, it's not about the politicians. It's about the people. How do we fix Nigeria? If we all keep saying this is how they do it, present the budget as it is, and let's do it as they always do it, we're not going to fix this nation.
We are talking the idea. These people that we are talking about, the Wike, the Fubara, all of the players, the Amefele, even all the 27 House Assembly members, this is their politics. This is not about their people. None of them remember their constituencies when they were doing this. The governor himself does not talk. He's not talking about his people.
He spoke about his people, though. He
because
said
when
he's willing to make sacrifices for his people.
He had even said that his body, I mean that the spirit left house, but the body did. That's the thing. So let's leave the ideal. The normal democracy we know, we would have loved to see, is not what we are seeing here, because it shouldn't be one man's call that the decision of a state that should be independent of him.
Okay, let me let Chika come in here.
But this is what we have seen.
Chika, your thoughts?
So they say that the storm is over. We understand the optics. We understand it. All of the theatrics. I mean, if you watch the videos, if you really study those videos, where Fubara and Wike presented, you can tell, you can read all of the postulation and the
somebody
things that were not said.
Somebody succumbs to something.
You know, I think that Fubara even expressed the sentiments. He really expressed what he wanted to say by saying, you know, all of the bitterness. So there's still unresolved tension. But we understand that for you and I, this optics has played out. Is the storm really over? That is the question. How is governance going to proceed going forth in the state of Rivers? For Fubara, I would just say you already knew what it was from the get-go. You already knew what it was. You know, you knew what time it was when all of that help and the canvassing and the support and the drums were being drummed, and you were dancing to it. So you must continue to dance. That's really what it is. But I just hope that at some point, because you see, beyond even the sphere of politics, you know, a man is a man. And I don't think that any man likes to be emasculated totally. And sometimes it feels like that's what's happening here. So it would be up to him. He's going to fight a very strong battle. It's up to him to say where his boundaries, you know, this is where I draw the line, to the point where it doesn't seem as though he has completely lost loyalty, because there's so many issues at play here.
Yeah.
You know, everything that he does, is he going to do in deference to external forces? Which still somehow remain internal. So it's a slippery slope, and I know that he's probably playing the long game too. It might seem as though, you know, he's looking like a puppet right now and he's cowering, but you never know. He might just be playing the long game, which is.
Let me come to you, Dami. Your thoughts.
I think for once, if we'll go back to government class, it used to be democracy is for the people, by the people, but things have changed. No, that's what they still teach in school.
That's what they
but
teach. That's what she said about reality.
Coming to reality, it no longer plays. But my point here is that we keep doing this thing over and over and over again. He who must dine with the devil must have a long spoon. And I remember that jokingly, maybe Governor Fayose said it in one of their events, that you will see spirit, things will chase you. But it also boils down to the fact that if somebody is not strong enough, like my father will say, he who does not have skeleton, they don't invite you to politics. That's my father's take. But if you are not strong enough, you are going to be like this puppet. And we have seen so many other governors behave as though they are puppets because there's a godfatherism factor that actually wheeled them in. Excuse me. They weren't probably voted for in. Some people seem like they were rolled in like tires. Like, just go there. Now we put you there. But it also brings us back to what Yorubas call adeun. Do you understand? You had something going.
I don't like this thing you're saying. You know why?
You had something going. Because you know that if you tilt otherwise, there will be problem. And from the get-go, like you said, this was never about the people of Rivers. This was never about the people of Nigeria. Politics, they don't play it as though we are involved or we matter. They've never played it as we have a say. And if we also have to go back to this new trend that Peter for Nigeria is pushing for electoral reforms, it also brings us back to who are the kind of leaders that we choose. Some people are the power that other people look for. Regardless. Somebody has proven to be the power, because if not, there's a sitting governor and there's an external factor who is a minister somewhere.
So, Damila, I hear you. And you and Nyma, you made a point. I hear you. But you see, for countries that have done revolution, or there has been total disruption, if somebody say, you know what, there's going to be a day we stop this nonsense. There's going to be a day we say, you know what, we're done. Somebody has to be bold enough to say, I am coming against the Godfather system. Because the truth is that in some countries, Godfatherism helps some people. In some other countries, it's not so effective. We've seen it work in our society somewhat. But the people are getting more enlightened. They're getting more the electorate is not the same electorate that voted Jonathan in or voted Buhari in. The electorate that voted in Tinubu, they are totally different. And the ones that are voting the next president, they are more educated. They know what is going on. So we are in 2025, and we're saying, if somebody says, I don't want to be part of the caucus again. I want to focus on my people. I want to focus on development. Now we're saying it's politics. When should politics continually, or when should politics start focusing on the people, on governance? Because when political godsons and their godfathers have these issues, it disrupts governance. It does. Totally and completely. There are financial issues. There are issues of those who have been elected who are not able to do their work. So what do we want a nation or do we want a banana republic? That's the conversation for the people. I don't want to care about their politics. The Nigerian people, what do you want?
What they want, they don't already put them for office now. you know, a vote and a no vote is still a vote. And they are voted. The people who put Fubara in office know that they couldn't have achieved it without
on their own. Yes.
On their own. He knew. Is it only his constituency? Even the constituency, was he able to deliver it on his own at the time? He needed support. See, Morale, everywhere in the world, there's Godfather. Let's use the US politics that, you know, I was there over there, and I heard that they have gone and bomb Iran. Who was president? He's not the person who campaigned on no external war, no intervention in other countries that led the team to bomb another country. That, you know, approved Israel to bomb the other country. Somebody is beating drum for him that go and do it now. He campaigned and assured Americans this will not happen again under his watch. He criticized the previous government for such interventions. Absolutely. But now he go to you too. So really, everybody is about one interest or the other. My point is, do not distract the interest. See, President Tinubu, to me, did a favor to Governor Fubara. That intervention is why there's no impeachment. Would have been in court, he will be discussing his impeachment. There will be another governor in office.
Well, this weakens our democracy, Nyma. Totally. So let us not then ask for democracy, because I've always said it. I've always said that the democracy in our country is different from democracy as we've learned it.
Democracy itself is a defective form of government.
We are now speaking the same language.
They use. And he has his ways to check itself. He has his own measures to check itself. One of such measures is an impeachment. One of such measures is, you know, having a backup in the speaker in case both of them are impeached or removal and put somebody else in office. Some of such measures are the things that politicians master to control office. If I, as your godfather, make sure that each local government, I deliver the constituencies and put you in office, and your head no one straight, I go ask the same people to call for your impeachment in the House of Assembly. And we're saying it then to the governor that don't forget that you don't own the machinery that put you in office. Somebody else owned it. If they say do this, go and do it and let us hear what.
Okay, we'll unpack that a bit, but let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.